Hello my lovelies! Today's video is a K-drama journal with me video. So basically I've asked in my Instagram, I've made a poll a while back to ask if you guys would like chatty kind of like drama reviews to accompany this journal with me, or if you just would prefer soft music as per my normal journal with me videos. And the results is pretty much split 50-50, and half of you wants the chatty video, half of you just want some soft music. So I thought for the first few of these videos I'll make two versions, one the chatty one and one is the kind of the soft music only video. We'll see which one you guys prefer more, and that way I know what to do for the future. Today's video is actually quite exciting for me to voice over. This is actually my first voiceover, so it's half nerve-wracking, half exciting, because we'll see. Like, I'm always trying to improve my speaking skills because I'm an introvert and I don't really like speaking in public. But I figured with these videos I can at least learn to articulate myself better. So that's why I'm pushing myself to do these kinds of videos. So this video I'm going to be journaling through the K-drama startup, and just a warning in the beginning that if you have not watched the drama, and if you're intending to watch, this video would contain probably some spoilers. So if you're the type that doesn't like to be spoiled when you're watching K-dramas like me, I have the video with just the soft music in the description below. That way you can check out that version so you don't have to be spoiled. And if you want to come back later to watch my review, then you're very welcome to come over and hear me rant about this. Yeah, so the movie startup is basically about a few young people starting a business. It's set up in the IT industry, which is my industry as well. Well, part of it. So the terms that's being used is actually very relevant for me, and at some stage I was listening to this podcast that is called Startup as well, and it's about this guy who's making a company for a podcast. So he was documenting his journey in a podcast. Very meta, I know, but it was very interesting. So this to me is very interesting as well, so I started watching it. I don't usually watch dramas while it's airing because I tend to get quite impatient and I forget things a lot. So I figured out if I just watch it in one sitting, it's probably better for me than waiting week by week for the drama. But with this one, we kind of watched it when it's nearly over, just because a friend of mine was recommending it, so I started watching it with my family. So I had to watch it quite slowly. While this was airing, there was a poll in Korea about who you prefer kind of thing between the first lead and the second lead, between the two male leads basically. And most of them kind of prefers second lead, which is Ji-pyong, and I find it very funny because that poll actually has 90% of the people choosing Ji-pyong over Dusan, and Dusan is meant to be the main character. I find it very interesting, but that also echoes my feeling, because when you kind of watch the movie, you see that Ji-pyong is actually the quintessential male lead that other dramas usually have. I mean, he gets a backstory, and that backstory was along with the other two female leads, and he also have all the qualities that is usually given to the male leads. He kind of has this air of kind of like half arrogance, half standoffish kind of vibe in the outside, but he's actually a softie inside. And he's also the one that didn't realize that he likes the female lead for a while. Usually that kind of qualities was reserved for the male lead, and when you see the male lead, Dusan, his character feels very flat to me. I mean, when I was watching it, what I see with his character is he's basically an amazing programmer, and he cries a lot. Basically, that's all I'm getting from him. And he, as a main character, he just likes Dalmi, the female character, a female lead, and usually the second lead are the one that just likes the female lead and just would do anything for the female lead. So I kind of see why the whole Korea was rooting for Ji Pyong, and especially because he has a very special relationship with the grandma. I feel like the grandma is also the person that holds the whole drama together, because she's just such an integral part of the whole story. So it feels a little bit weird that Dalmi ended up with Dusan, because everything was pointing to Ji Pyong being a male lead, but he actually isn't. While I was watching this, I saw most of the posters and it doesn't have Ji Pyong's face on it. As in, like, it only has Suzy and Nam Joo-hyuk, which is Dalmi and Dusan's characters together on like most of the main posters. So I kind of already know that, you know what, I don't think Ji Pyong will end up with Dalmi at all. But I feel like it's such a waste of kind of story to have her end up with Dusan, because I mean, does that mean that the whole letter thing that they were doing back when they were little means very little? Yeah, so it's like a kind of weird setup, and I really don't like the part where they made Dusan leave for 3 years, but there was nothing going on between Dalmi and Ji Pyong. Like, there's basically the 3 years between Dalmi and Ji Pyong. It doesn't feel like they've progressed anywhere, but I feel like the main part why they put the 3-year jump is because they need to put Dusan on a level playing field with Ji Pyong, which is like to make him, you know, more successful, to wear nice clothes and have like nice cars and everything. But basically they didn't do any kind of like development for the people that's left behind in Korea, and I just find it very, very weird. And like, I didn't like that part of it, because, you know, justice for Ji Pyong, and I'm actually Team Ji Pyong, so maybe that's where my dislike is coming from. But also, I'm actually really glad that Kim Sono, the actor that plays Ji Pyong, actually is getting a lot more recognition due to this drama, because I feel like when he plays character, he can be quite charismatic, and I actually watched him in another show just before this one, which is Two Cops. That one is quite interesting as well, and he's there, and he actually is pretty good there as well. So when I see him in this one, I was like, oh, I've seen that guy, I know that guy is pretty good, kind of thing. And he didn't disappoint on this one. This is why like 90% of Korea actually wanted him to end up with Dalmi. But you know, in the beginning they already said Nam Joo-hyuk is the main lead character, so I guess Dalmi has to end up with him. But yeah, I guess I'm just a little bit disappointed, because yeah, I was really rooting for Ji Pyong to get Dalmi, because you know, they have more history, and like I said, Ji Pyong's character is much more of a lead male character than Dusan somehow. I guess what made this drama interesting to me is that the male lead doesn't follow the conventional rules that other romantic comedy Korean dramas follow. So the characters feels like they're being swapped around almost. Would I recommend this? I would. I mean, it was pretty fun, and I'm actually curious if you've watched it And if you're like Team Lusan or Team Jipyeong, or why you're Team Lusan or Team Jipyeong, I know this video is probably very skewed towards Jipyeong because obviously I am Team Jipyeong. But you know what? I want to know what you guys think if you've watched it. If you liked it, if you know what, let me know what's your favorite like 2020 Korean dramas, because I already have a few lists on, like I already printed some pictures. I think you've seen it in the beginning of this video of what I'm gonna review, like the next 4 K-dramas I'm gonna make spreads on. But yeah, I'm very interested to know what you guys watch and what type of Korean dramas you like, and also let me know if this chatty video is something you guys like, or if it's just distracting you from, like, you know, journaling or whatever. Yeah, give me feedback. I really want to know. This is the first time that I'm doing a chatty journal with me video, so it's a new thing for me. Yeah, let me know if you guys actually like this kind of rambly video, or you know, if you just prefer the soft music ones, which I'm fine with, because the soft music ones actually take less effort for me to edit and I don't have to voice over it. So yeah, let me know if you've enjoyed this, and let me know your thoughts on the show, because you know, I'd love to discuss with you guys. And also let me know if there's any K-dramas you want me to do a journal with. I mean, I've already watched quite a few of the 2020 K-dramas because I was mostly stuck at home and I really like watching K-dramas while I edit my videos and do other things. So I have a few of those already lined up. If you have dramas that you've really enjoyed and you want me to check out, then let me know. I'm usually more into shows that aren't pure romance, so if it has like I like the shows that has a lot of twists and it's hard to predict what's gonna happen. So if you have any shows that you enjoy that matches that description, feel free to recommend them to me and I'll check them out. And if I really like them, maybe I'll make it into my K-drama journal. I feel like I already rambled a lot, but I hope you've enjoyed this little rambling thing of mine. The journal video actually isn't over yet, so feel free to stay for a while if you want to see how the journal looks like in the end. But I've run out of things to say, so yeah, enjoy. Hope you're staying safe and taking care, and I shall see you on the next chatty video. Bye.